everyone, and welcome back to Inspirational Moments TV. I'm so happy that you decided to click that button and join me on today. And if you click that button, guess what? You are alive and you are breathing, and God gave you a second chance. So give that to God. That second chance that He gave to you, give it back to Him. So today we have a great lesson on today. And the topic is He knows. He knows because He knows all about you. He knows what you're going through. He knows what you're thinking. He knows you because He made you. So that is what we are talking about on today on Inspirational Moments TV. And I am Rena. Yes, that is my name, my nickname, of course. But the scripture is Psalms 139 and 1. And it says, "You have searched me, Lord, and you know me." And so I'm going to read this passage for you all like I always do. Leah was about to start a job as a nurse in Taiwan. She was able, I mean, she'd be able to better provide for her family more than she could in Manila, where job opportunities were limited. On the night before her departure, she gave instructions to her sister, who'd be taking care of her 5-year-old daughter. "She'll take her vitamins if you also give her a spoonful of peanut butter," Leah explained. "And remember, she's shy. She'll play with her cousins eventually, and she's afraid of the dark." While looking at the plane window the next day, Leah prayed, "Lord, no one knows my daughter like I do. I can't be with her, but you can. We know the people we love, and we noticed all the details about them because they're precious to us. When we can't be with them due to various circumstances, we're often anxious that since no one knows them as well as we do, they'll be more vulnerable to harm." In Psalms 139, David reminds us that God knows more than anyone does. In the same way, He knows our loved ones intimately. He's their creator. He understands their needs. He knows that what will happen each day of our lives, and He's with them and will never leave them. When you're anxious for others, entrust them to God, for He knows them best and loves them the most. Beautiful. This is absolutely amazing. Who can you entrust to God's care? How can you show your trust in Him in this area? I entrust God's care to my children because they are grown and they are gone now. So I have to put that trust in God that He's going to protect them while they're out there in this world, this big old world that is so dangerous and so many things going on. So I have to put my trust in Him and pray for them each and every day. That's my two oldest daughters that are out there on their own now. I do have one more to go, but I continue to pray for them each and every day because they need that prayer, because there's so many things. Like I said, there's road rage, there's people shooting people, there's so much going on in this world that I'm like, Lord, protect my babies out there. They're still my babies, even though they're grown, they're still my babies and they're gone. I love them so much. But we have to continue to pray for them and put them in God's hands and trust that He's going to take care of them. And as long as we're praying and living for Him and doing the right thing, He's going to do just that. How can you show your trust in Him in this area? By leaving them in His hands and not wearing myself, just trusting that God has got them in His hands. Father in heaven, though I can't always be with those I love, I entrust them to your loving care, remembering that you know them the best and love them the most. So that is what we are talking about on today, entrusting our families with God and just trusting Him in general, because He said, "I'll never leave you. I'll never forsake you." And He knows our hearts. He knows our mind. He knows everything about us because He created us and He knows us. He said He knew us even before we were formed in our mother's womb. So God knows us on today. Know that he knows you and he is protecting you and he loves you on today. I just love to come and spread that love of Christ because he said, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. And I'm so, so happy that I know him on today. Listen, there was a time I didn't even want to hear the word. I didn't even want to hear nothing. Like, why is my sister reading the Bible? But she got me close to God, and I'm so, so excited about that now. Like, thank you, because I could have been out here doing any and every other thing besides serving the Lord. And listen, then I've been lost out there somewhere. But God is good. He said, I'm going to take you up. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to put love on you. And he is showing me how to love others through this love that he is showing me. So that is so great on today to be saved, knowing the Lord, sanctified. And I'm so absolutely happy that my mom kept me in church, even though she didn't go. She was like, they were sent to church so much that they just was like, when they get grown, they wasn't going to go. But listen, even though my mom sent me to church, it just didn't feel right not to go. You know, even as an adult, when I started going and I wasn't, listen, I've been going to church my whole life, y'all. And it's like, if I don't go, I don't feel good. It's like I need to be there. Like I need to be among the saints and I need to feel some strength, all of that, you know. And I have been missing some Sundays because, listen, we have issues in our lives. We have things going on, you know, but we can't let that stop us, of course. But we do have things. And a lot of people don't understand that. You have jobs, you have to work, you have to do this, you have to do that. And some people just think that you're out there in the world doing whatever you want to do because you're not at church. And that's not the case, because first of all, they haven't came to you and been like, how are you doing? Is everything okay? So you don't get to tell your story to them. So they're just assuming that you're out there doing any and everything. Listen, I stay in my word every day. I love God with my heart, whole heart. And it's like, you know, so I'm like this. I don't care what people say about me. You know, they spread rumors and things like that. And it's like, I know who I am. And once you know who you are, you don't have to worry about that because you got God on your side. You know he's taking care of you. He knows your heart. He knows your mind. He knows everything about you, because so you don't have to worry about what people say. I've had to learn that thing. Like, I don't really care about what they say because I know God. And I know long as he knows me, he's the only one that can judge me. He's the only one that can say this and that about me. So if I miss church, like I said, it hurts. It hurts me because I want to be there. But certain circumstances, things happen in your life and things come up. And people they just think, they assume that you're just staying away from church when you're not. I was sick for a whole month. When I got that disease, I was sick, y'all. I was sick. Nobody called me and said, well, are you doing all right? What's going on? You know, but they wait when I get to church, everybody in my face, like, what happened? Where you at? Listen, I almost lost my life twice while I was out of church. Twice. But people just assuming that you're staying away when you could be sick. You could be sick. And my husband, he works. And like, if we're missing church, it's because he's working and listen, I'm somewhere way far away from church. I am far, and I don't drive too far because of my heart. I take medication for my heart. I take 2 pills for my heart and everything. So listen, but listen, if I'm not there, I'm on my camera. I'm watching it on Zoom. I'm still there, but I'm just not there presently. So I'm still on camera. I'm still watching. But I just want people to know that, listen, know that God knows you. Even if nobody else knows you deeply, he knows your mind. He knows your heart. He knows your will. He knows everything about you. So you really don't even have to worry about it. A lot of people in the church, they want to know, they just in your business. And it's like, and I don't know why I'm going this way. I don't know. It's really because some things got started about us, and we hadn't even been there really. It's like, can we just have church, live for God, do the right thing, and stop starting stuff? And that just hurts. It hurts. It really does. But, I've been hurt in the church, and I say, I'm not gonna let nobody stop me from going, because listen, they're gonna stop me from getting to heaven, and I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm just gonna continue to live the way God said live, and be sweet and loving and kind, no matter what. Because nobody's gonna mess with my salvation. Nobody, listen. He said, work out your own salvation. So I still be loving, kind, whatever. So I don't know why I'm going this way. I really, really don't. But I love God, and that's all that matters to me. Long as I'm living for Him, I want a good legacy. I want good things in life. I'm going to go ahead and read this book for you guys right here, y'all. I did read that one yesterday, so I'm going to go ahead and go to this next page, and it says idolatry. Ever since the fall, people have wanted to make idolatry of themselves and their own creations. They find it easy to defy someone visible than to worship my unseen reality. You have spent years trying to perfect yourself. Now you are more vulnerable to idolatry, what you have made or done than what you are. This is a rather subtle sin, especially when you have created something for my glory and purposes. I have designed to use some of your creations to bless others. Other people, and this has delighted you. When they express their appreciation to you, you soak up their praises. You forget that everything you make is as a flaw as you are. Just as you are a jar of clay filled with heavenly content, so are the things you have made or done for me. I am Christ in you, shining the light of the knowledge of my glory into your heart. I am the treasure that fills not only you, but also your creation of clay, giving meaning, when you do your work in dependence on me. I can use it powerfully for my purposes. Delight in what we accomplish together, but find your utmost joy in me, your eternal treasure. As you gaze at me in loving worship, rejoice that your name is written in heaven's book of life. For it is the God who commanded light to shine out of darkness, who has shone in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. But we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that this all surpassing power of is from God and not from us. To them, God has chosen to make known among the Gentiles the glorious riches of this ministry, which is Christ in you, the hope of glory. Colossians 1:27. And the first one was 2 Corinthians 4:6-7. And then how do you rejoice that the spirits submit to you? But rejoice that your names are written in heaven. Luke 10:20. Y'all, let's get to the testimonies. I'm so excited. I love that passage. It was absolutely amazing. So let's get to the testimony. I just want to testify that God is great. He is amazing. Listen, as we get older, pain starts to hit us. Listen, I remember when I first turned 30, pain started to hit my body. I said, well, what is it going to do when I turn 40? What is it going to do when I turn 50? Listen, 40 years old, pain just strikes me out of nowhere, y'all. Out of nowhere. And then I'll be like, oh, and it'll just hit me just like that. My kids will be like, what's wrong with you? It's a pain, y'all. It's a pain that just hit me. And sometimes it lingers and sometimes it don't, y'all. It can come anywhere, from my foot, my leg, anywhere. And it's like, God, I just started praying. I just started praying right then, y'all. I'm not wasting no time. I'm like, Lord, take the pain away, heal my body. I was just doing that last night when my husband was sitting over there on the couch. I just started praying like, Lord, take this pain away from me, Lord. Heal right now. And I bet he was like, dang, she just came out and started praying. Yes, because I know what God can do. And as soon as I pray those prayers, he takes that pain out of my body. So I'm so excited and know that God is real. He is absolutely amazing. Pain, God has took pain away from me that is like pain that don't go away, y'all. That just don't go away. Listen, my daughter was 3 years old, the oldest one, and I was having a tubal pregnancy. I was in so much pain. I told her to lay her hand on my back because that's where the pain was. She laid her hand on my back, and I said, pray, and I said, say these words after me. She did that, y'all. The pain went away, and this kind of pain is not the pain to go away, because when they checked my body, they could see that this was the first time, I think. Yes, they said that I was having a tubal pregnancy. There was a baby in my tubes, and it was bursting through, y'all. So they put me to sleep. They went in there and they, sewed it back up and took the baby out, did all of this stuff. But I could have lost my life. I could have lost, and that happened to me twice, y'all. The second time, they gave me pictures of the thing, of the baby sack and all that bursting through my tube, y'all. And they had to fix it. Well, no, the first time they called themselves fixing it, didn't work. The second time they went in and they just took the whole half of the tube out where the baby was bursting through, y'all. So I could have been gone. I thank God that I'm alive on today. I could have been dead. I could have been gone. But God said, I have you here for a purpose. See, he knows us like that. He knows what we have, what he has in store for us. So he knows these things. I was bleeding to death and did not know it, y'all. Bleeding to death. Could have died overnight because I was hurting so bad that day that the next morning I was feeling dizzy. I was like, I need to go to the doctor. And I called 911 because I was feeling so dizzy and weak. But I could have died overnight, y'all. But God didn't let that happen. He kept me overnight. Think about that, y'all. You bleeding to death and don't even know it. And you're sleeping. You're sleeping. And you wake up the next morning not feeling right. Like you're dizzy, all this. And you're like, call 911. And they get in and they see what's going on. They see that this thing is bursting through. And they have to do an emergency surgery right then to stop that. So I just thank God so many times that I could have been gone. And if these testimonies don't help you, I don't know what will. Because this is true. This is real. God is absolutely amazing. And he has kept me from death doors so many times. So I love you guys out there today. And thank you for listening to my testimonies. Thank you for just clicking the button. Thank you for coming and joining me on today. And y'all, I don't know why I went by the church and was saying all of that, but I mean, sometimes we have to let these things out, and we have people out there that are not saved. So we have to be very careful about that. What we say, what we do, how we act. We have to be real. We can't be faking around and in people's business and acting up. Because listen, we have new people coming into church and they want to live the life that you're living. But if you're not living the life that you were called to live and be real and be true and be really in Christ Jesus, then they're not going to want that. So we in the church have to be real and right and all of this. A lot of times people don't want to come to church, and that's because of that fact, because there's so many people going, they're saying they're real and they're this and that, and then they're doing other things, okay? And you can see it on TV and it's like, wow, like, so we have to be what we say we are, truly living for God, okay? So I love you guys on today. Be blessed, and I will see you on next Tuesday on Inspirational Moments TV. Testimony Tuesday, every Tuesday, so don't forget it. And be there with me. Be blessed.